Hi, and welcome to Cat Fasting. I was actually going to wait another day to do an update. It's been almost 2 full weeks since I started an experiment with my Manjaro, but I might as well get it out now. I can't see very much changing. So 2 weeks ago, almost, I decided, in light of the price doubling for Manjaro in Canada, that I would do an experiment and see if I could get away with doing one injection every 2 weeks so I could keep costs the same. I'm currently taking 12.5 milligrams from the vial, and so I skipped a shot. My doctor is fully aware, as is my pharmacist, that I'm doing this. Not that they recommended it, but they understood why I was doing it. So usually I would have taken my shot on the Sunday night. Didn't. Monday I did a fasting mimicking down day. Tuesday I had an up day. Wednesday I fasted clean, and then I ate Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, the fasting days were no different than had I taken the shot. In fact, I really could have avoided eating anything at all on the Monday and just done a clean fast, but I had access to one of my favorite things for fasting mimicking days, and so I ate, but it was an OMAD, one meal a day. So unfortunately, on the up days, I overate. And for anyone who cares about calories or amounts, I had an average of about 3,000 calories per day. Now, was that because I was coming off the medication, or was that because mentally I knew I was coming off the medication and just let myself go nuts? Most of those calories were just over-processed crap. It wasn't like I was eating a bunch of food, but because I did only do the 2 fasting days and I didn't have another one like on the Friday, my digestion became a problem. It's not as much of a problem had I taken the shot. Food definitely did digest to a point where I could sleep, and I actually slept long and hard on the days that I ate that much. Whereas, when I fast, I can get quite a bit of insomnia just because I'm buzzing with energy from being in fat burning mode. So Sunday night, after that week, I took another injection of my 12.5 milligram, and I fasted clean Monday. I ate OMAD, but at maintenance, didn't go over. Wednesday, I fasted clean. Thursday, I ate OMAD, maintenance. Today is Friday. And again, it's OMAD at maintenance. And now the weekend's up for debate. I am thinking of fasting tomorrow clean, and then doing fasting mimicking on Sunday, or the reverse. I'll most likely fast tomorrow because I just want to make sure I get at least the 3 fasting days in. And then I can, if I do decide that I'm overly hungry on Sunday and I do want to eat, I'll eat. And then it won't really affect anything. But so here's what I learned. I learned that on up days, even though it is normal and recommended for an up day for people to have very long eating windows, like a minimum 8, preferably a 12, I'm a volume eater. And if I start eating early, my habit for years of being down to 2 meals a day, doing 3 just meant instead of 2,000 calorie meals, I was having 1,000 calorie meals. And, it's just way too much. It's just way too much food. And even though like my total overage for the week wasn't that bad because of my fasting days, it's still way, way more than I've been having recently, taking this shot every week. I also got really puffy in the face. My gut, I mean, the bloating was unreal, unreal. And so I learned that I just, because I'm a volume eater, I have to have a small window. I have to. I am perfectly capable of eating, up to 2,000 calories in a 2-hour window. I have no problems doing that at all. You know, so because of that, I really do need to minimize it. I'm trying to reduce at the moment. When I go into maintenance, that's hopefully at some point, it might be a different story. But at the moment, I have to limit the damage I can do. And so having a 1 to 2 hour window on days that I do eat is fine because I'm not restricting. So when I had my up days this week, I'm getting maintenance and sometimes a little bit above maintenance level calories. And because I'm eating such a small window, I've been really paying attention to my nutrition. I'm trying to get variety. And of course, I'm still following blood sugar hacks. And, I'm taking vinegar and water before I eat. And I'm starting my meals with vegetables. I also have a little side resolution that I'm trying to do of eating things that are in my pantry and my freezer. So I've been having a lot of frozen vegetable mixes that are getting to the not so fresh stage. But, I'm making sure to have a lot of fiber, a lot of probiotic foods. And yes, I'm getting my protein as well. And so far that has been okay. Today I was going to do a clean fast, but I was really hungry. And I do know the difference between craving hunger and actual hunger now. And I thought, with my current schedule, it's really not a lot of meals. So I could afford to have a meal today and it be fine. And I do have to work really late tonight as well, which was unexpected and unplanned until today. So it'll give me a little bit of relief. It'll be easier to fast on the weekend. So the biggest disaster of my experiment, I gained 10 pounds. I weighed myself on the Sunday night that I didn't take the shot, and I was up 10 pounds. Obviously that's not 10 pounds of fat. That's impossible, just the same way as it's impossible to lose 10 pounds of fat in a week. But it really does go to show how much the scale shows the weight of food still sitting in my system, of extra water I put on, and inflammation. So what I did was I paid attention after taking the shot at how quick the weight came off. So took my shot Sunday night. Monday morning, I dropped 3 pounds. By Monday night, I'd dropped down another 0.4 pounds. Tuesday morning, I dropped 2.2 pounds, and Wednesday morning, another 0.4 pounds, and Thursday morning, another 2 pounds. So I took off about 8 pounds in 3 days, just over 3 days. So as of this morning, I still haven't taken off all the 10, but I still have another full day to check the difference. No, a couple days. I still have the weekend. I don't know if I'll actually get down or not, but it does go to show how much the medication really does affect things like inflammation. And, this is definitely why I read about or watch other creators talk about how fast the weight goes back on when they're off the shot. But again, the initial chunk of it is going to be what the medication is artificially changing for me. So it's a shock to see those numbers, but it would have been, if I hadn't seen it come off, that would have been really scary, but it came off really, really quickly, most of it anyway. So I still don't know what kind of schedule I'm going to end up doing because it really depends on the availability of vials and if my pharmacist can bring them in, or if someone in my area has ones of the same or possibly a lower dose. At the moment, I'm still very much against paying, 900 plus a month for my medication. Currently it's costing me about $125 per pound of weight loss, and I don't want to spend tens of thousands of dollars. There are limits. I am not well off by any means. It's not something I can afford at all. I am still dreading possibly having to go back to Ozempic. It is always going to be the inflammation because I do have a bum knee, and it did give me a little bit of grief last week. I can't, I mean, that could be total coincidence, of course, but in the long term, I would likely, if I couldn't afford anything else, at least microdose one of these GLP medications to keep those sort of health benefits going. I'm really pleased by the keeping my eating window small, because even though my goal is the same amount of calories to get on my eating days and my up days, limiting the hours and successfully getting that amount in that amount of period of time seems to really be working for me. I'm not panicking. I'm not craving. I mean, I'm having a lot of vegetables, like a lot. Cleaning out my pantry also means a lot of beans, and beans keep me full for hours and hours and hours and hours. So that's really good. But sadly, this experiment has meant that last week and this week are total write-offs because I didn't drop last week. I'll lucky if I hit my previous low this week, but I won't likely go down any further. I mean, it would be a miracle. I've just got a couple pounds, not even a couple pounds left. But yeah, I mean, I would have to fast all weekend to get that, and that's not going to happen. So, even though only one of these weeks, technically I paid the $125 because I took the shot, to me, it does feel like money down the drain. But I do have to do these experiments. And it did make me determined to think, look how hard I have to work to get, that 10 pounds off. But I did do it. And if I do it consistently that way while I have the meds, maybe I can build up the confidence enough to do it while I'm coming off, or just have to completely stop and do it on my own. I suppose there's a lot of people in their journeys, even with GLP-1s, who have to make a similar decision for financial reasons. But I mean, at any weight, I'm going to have to, consistently, it's going to get harder and harder and harder as I get closer to a healthy weight to get fat off my body. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And I will definitely come on here and update. I'm really hoping for a drop next week. Really hoping for it, because I'm sick and tired of now I'm bouncing from overweight to obese back to overweight. I really want to get comfortably in this new category so I can make a dash for a healthy weight, especially before the summer comes, because my knee hates heat and it hates humidity. Not that there's any of that going on here in Canada today. Thanks very much for watching. I do post shorts with what I eat in a day to give an example of sort of the type of meals I'm eating if you're interested. Thank you very much for watching.